to UTSA. Welcome to Calculus for Biosciences online course with yours truly, Cindy Roberts. Once you get into the course, there's not going to be a whole lot in here yet because I am redoing a lot of things, but I just want to kind of show you around a little bit. The syllabus, read the syllabus, read the syllabus, read that. Nobody reads it. Read the syllabus. The good things is, and I'll show you back here, other ways to get in contact with me. But when you take an online course, everybody thinks, oh, it's all online. Actually not. You do have 4 exams on campus. These dates are already set in stone, so you'll see them on the calendar. Don't try to tell me, oh, my parents planned a trip and we're going to... Nope, if you can't take one of these dates, then I would drop now, right? Because these are the 4 dates. There's only 4 times you have to be on campus, so not too bad. What else? This is calculus, a calculus course with biology examples. So that part will be very, very cool. Talks about the description, everything that you're going to learn. There will be, different avenues in this course as far as you'll watch lecture videos like you are in the classroom. I give you stuff where you can take notes, okay, to make it a little easier to take notes. You'll turn things in like a normal course, class exercises, and you will even do group work. Don't groan, you will do group work. All right, so hopefully you went through pre-cal and you kind of have an understanding of logarithms, exponential functions, trig functions, all that kind of good stuff, what you got from that course. Probably the best news you will hear is you don't have to pay for anything for this course. We're using all open source material, meaning my notes, open source, the free textbook. And you might say, but that says $33. It's free online. If you want to buy a physical copy, you can. The textbook is more of a reference textbook for those that want to see more examples, stuff of that sort. I don't assign anything out of the textbook. In fact, I don't even reference the textbook, but it's there if you kind of, some people just kind of like a book. You will see that we use web work. Some of you may have used it if you're coming from Mathematters Lab and such. And then, of course, you need some kind of a calculator. Most of y'all probably have a TI-30X. That's typical what most classes use. So don't go out and buy any high-dollar calculator. All right, all that good stuff. So as you're going to see, the web work this semester, I actually changed a little bit. It's just practice. And I know when you tell students it's for practice, you don't do it. It's good practice for the test. It's very good. It is due, it does have due dates, so it's not one of these that you can just do them at the end of the course, because I will count it as extra credit. Ooh, that woke you up, right? Extra credit, what? Basically what I'm going to do is look to see if you've been doing the web work homework, and if you kind of need to be, what do you guys say, bump me up my grade. Let's say you have an 88 and you did all the web work homework to 100%, then I might bump you up. So it is an incentive, for extra credit, but it really is good for practice for the test. You're not in a physical classroom, but I will have assignments where you watch my lecture video. And if you watch my lecture video and take notes, you'll get free hundreds. So those are nice. We have discussions in here, but they're my typical group work that I have in my classroom. I will assign you guys to random groups. As soon as you get in, you should be able to see this group button right here and be able to get into your group. They are just randomly assigned. They're going to be bigger groups than would be when you get to the final presentation. Then you'd be in a group of probably 4 total in the group, okay? So the breakdown of this class is basically, and then of course the exams, I told you about the exams on Saturdays. The breakdown of this course is basically, as you can see here, the majority of it is your exams to make sure you're learning the material. A final presentation, because again, you're not in a physical classroom. You will do a paper, talks about it, and I'll talk about it a little bit more once the semester gets going. You'll do a paper, a written project, and then also a video or a PowerPoint presentation, something of that sort. And then, of course, your discussion, group work, class assignments, and all that kind of stuff. So that's the breakdown. This doesn't really pertain to you because this is for the classroom classes. Just says when they will be doing group work. So here is your calendar. Your calendar already tells you your first test is February 8th at 9 a.m. Not too early, but kind of early, right? Drink your coffee, and where it's located. Don't be late, okay? My classroom classes only get an hour to take these, so you will only get an hour to take these. Technically 50 minutes, but I tend to give you guys from 9 to 10. And then you can see the next test right before spring break, test 3, and then your final test. There is no final exam. Each test is separate. You know, as you know in math, some do build on the previous material, but it's not like the last test is a final exam of everything in the course, because that's what you're doing with your project. All right, and then here is kind of a new thing of a breakdown that shows the topics that I would be covering for each lecture. Again, this is new, so I will try to add things, or list things, I should say, as they're listed in here. But up here shows you assignment. One key thing to do is I send out announcements every Sunday that list everything that's due for the week. Read those announcements, because most of you won't come back and look at this calendar and you'll say, well, I didn't realize there was a discussion due. And these discussions are in your groups, okay? So I'll talk a little bit more about that when I do the first lecture. One big thing to realize is you're not alone. Even though this is an online course, I give you many ways to get in touch with me. You know, some students just prefer email, kind of old school. Some students actually, which is back up here, would like to come to my office hours, which is fine. Okay, that's fine as well. You can also talk to me after you take your test, or probably not before, because I don't come too early, but if you have any concerns. But I give you many ways to get in touch with me. I do have students that will snap me a picture of their work and say, hey, Cindy, I don't know how to do this. That's fine. I give you all these options. Up to you how to contact with me. I do have a Facebook group which has many hundreds of past students that actually is kind of good to join, to get information of other classes, because you're all biology students, right? So that part's cool. Here's the link to the free textbook. When you click here for the homework practice problems, you log in with your normal ABC123 and your normal password. Okay, and then you'll see the homework. I'll talk about that too in the first lecture a little bit more. And in here, the lectures now, you don't see anything here yet because I haven't created the first lecture, which I'll do after this video today. But when you have like an assignment due, I call them the class activities. What this first document is what my students in the classroom would bring with them, and then they listen to me. So you could use this, print it out if you'd like, or you know, if you have a iPad or something, you could write your notes on it, and you just fill in everything here as I'm lecturing. So it's kind of nice to not have to write every single thing from the lecture. Now the important one though is this one, because this, notice, is your actual assignment. So if you watch the lecture and you fill out your assignment, okay, then you upload it, because when you go and you click here, you'll see this is an actual assignment that you upload. I'm not real picky on how you upload it. Let's just look and see what this is. Some of you might just handwrite, okay, and then scan it and upload it. Some of you may handwrite and take a picture of it. That's fine. I do make these PDFs, so unfortunately they're not like a Word document that you can type in. And the reason why I do that is Mac users, because they, you know, them rich students that have Macs, because they can't see the equations and stuff like that. All right, and then I think finally, last, under content, there will be information for each test, you know, to prepare you for the test. I don't think I put anything in there yet, did I? Nope, nothing in there yet. So what I would do is I would get into Blackboard today. I'm saying today, but today's Monday. But today for you will be Tuesday. So I would get into Blackboard and I would introduce yourself, have a look at the syllabus, and then you'll be ready to start with lecture 1. And again, please contact me with any questions. This area up here is, sometimes students like to have study groups and such. I added it, but you probably will work more within your groups. All right, well, let's have a great semester, and I hope you like my course. See you online.